Questions. Do you miss the D? Are you ready to date yet, Pookie? Will you blog your new friendship / man when he finds you? Was it hard reconnecting with your mom after she got out of prison? She seems to adore you. If you feel comfortable answering, what was the breaking point for you to leave? Real. This is real life, authentic. We don't give up around here. We're not perfect. We don't strive to be perfect. We're just living. Still trying to figure out how to be respectful, but also like this is my life and like I get to do what I want and I get to talk about what I want. You know what I mean? I kept explaining it to Joel. I think like 3 times and I'm like, do you understand what mommy is telling you? Like, we are not going back home. Daddy is not coming here with us. This is our new home. Or like once a month, I open up even more, let y'all ask me whatever questions y'all want to ask me, and we talk about whatever we want to talk about. Are we live? Girl, listen. Welcome to another episode of Girl, Listen, the introverted potty that nobody asks for. Or like once a month, I open up even more, let y'all ask me whatever questions y'all want to ask me, and we talk about whatever we want to talk about, and I give my unsolicited advice that nobody asked me for. As you can tell, I have already started. The girls are at their dad's for the night. I will be getting them in the morning. And before I even touch my phone and we start with the questions and the topics, let's start with the first topic. My face. Not only am I giving y'all bare face tonight, but baby, I'm giving you beat face. Literally. I got micro needling done today. I did share some of my experience on TikTok and YouTube. This is day 1. So what is micro needling? Girl, the hell if I know. The owner of Premier Pretty Skin. And she started following me. She found my content and she wanted to treat me to a facial for my birthday. I came in last week, got a facial done, and when we were doing my facial, she said, girl, I want you to either let me give you a chemical peel or microneedling, and it's going to help you with all those dark marks that you don't like. Now, disclaimer, she did tell me to go home and look it up. Did I go home and look it up? I did not. I came into my appointment today not knowing what the hell I was going to get. They did use numbing cream on my face. That sat for about 10 minutes and then we went in. It was a little uncomfortable, but it wasn't the most unbearable sensation and it was pretty quick. Hey, baby. You okay? You want to talk about it tomorrow when I get you? Daddy right there? Okay, we'll talk about it when I pick you up. I love you. I love you. I'll see you really soon. All right, give everybody kisses for me. How they explained it to me is it is good for basically everything. Fine lines, wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, discoloration, all the good things, all the good stuff, okay? When we were done, I could tell that my face felt very tight, especially after the numbing cream wore off. About 20 minutes later, it was like a little burning sensation, very tight, where I didn't even want to like eat for a second or smile too hard. I was like, whoa. I would say about an hour later, my face did already start peeling. I was a bleeder, so there was some blood, and she did leave some of the blood on my face when we were done. Beneficial for like my skin to soak that blood back up, but we're trying all things new. We are really putting ourselves first. We are taking care of ourselves. We are taking self-care to a literal, we are not playing with self-care this year. Not at all. But how you feeling, Bookie? How you doing? How was your week? How was your day? What y'all doing for spring break? Them kids driving you crazy already. Yeah, that man, that wife, that girlfriend of yours, you know, we don't discriminate over here, baby. I'm still filming this even though my face is looking like this, but if you know anything about me and have been watching my content for a while, then you know I give real. This is real life, authentic. We don't give up around here. We're not perfect. We don't strive to be perfect. We're just living and vibing. Let's get into these questions. If you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Diamond Nicole. I am a currently now 28-year-old stay-at-home mom that is still legally married to my 51-year-old husband. We are going through a separation. I did leave about 2 weeks ago. We are no longer living together, and we are now currently learning how to navigate life without being married to each other and trying to co-parent our 3 little girls. We already know what most of the questions are going to be about. Let's just do it. First question. If you feel comfortable answering, what was the breaking point for you to leave? Now, when announcing our separation and sharing my story, I tried my best to keep things very much surface level. Despite what you guys see, what I have posted, and what you guys have heard, you guys, the things that I decided to not share, the things that I decided to open up about and share does not even touch the surface level of the problems within our marriage. I just didn't know what that reaction was going to be with me sharing certain things. And when I first started sharing little snippets of what was going on, I saw what type of reaction I was getting. And I was like, oh, yeah, I can only imagine what would really happen if I really did completely open up and be completely honest about the things that have happened. Technically the first day of us co-parenting and doing drop-offs or visiting time, and I kind of felt like it wasn't going to be smooth. At first it was, and then it wasn't. But back to what I was saying, I also decided to keep a lot of things surface level because I knew that social media is a digital footprint, and I knew that there was going to be a very high possibility of my girls seeing my content one day. Although he was not my person and not the husband that I wanted, who he is as my husband is not who he is as their father. And I wanted and will always want to give him a fair chance of building his relationship with his daughters, and not our daughters looking at their dad the way that I saw him as my husband. I hope that makes sense. I will say is what got me to the point of it is absolutely time. I can no longer do this anymore. I have made up my mind. There was a specific incident. You guys, he already is obsessed with my social medias and hates that I post my story and that I talk about these things. And so, because we do have to continue to co parent, I am still trying to figure out how to be respectful, but also like, this is my life, and like, I get to do what I want and I get to talk about what I want. You know what I mean? There was an incident that happened. He started expressing aggressive behaviors that triggered problems that I didn't quite heal from in the beginning of our marriage. When this specific incident happened, it kind of gave me PTSD. Something also had happened in 2024, and I told myself in 2024 that if anything like that was to happen again, that no matter what, no matter how I felt, no matter how scared I was, that I would choose myself, I would choose my daughters, and I would go. No. So fast forward to 2025, and certain behaviors started to slowly sneak back up. I told myself that I had to keep that promise to myself. When that disrespectful nature started to come back, especially in front of the girls, I told myself it was time to choose me. Finally see my worth. Finally love myself enough to do what I should have done a long time ago. That's what I'll say about that question. He said that he looked like Charlie Wilson, and y'all have not been able to let that go ever since, and it cracks me up, okay? Second question, has Charlie Wilson started crying yet? Is he begging yet? Trust me, it's coming. What I will say about that, I already know that he's going to cuss me out. I already know that he's going to fuss me out about this whole video because he wants me to stop talking about us and our marriage and everything else, but baby, this is my job. This is what pays the bills. This is what is building generational wealth. This is what is going to set the girls' life up for the rest of their lives. And honestly, this is what I enjoy doing. So, I'm always letting y'all get me in trouble. What I will say is his mood is just so up and down. 1 minute it's, I want my family. I love you guys to death. I would take a bullet for y'all. I would die for y'all in a heartbeat. What can we do to fix this? And the next minute it's, you wasn't a good wife and I'm glad you're gone and you're a snake and I had to deal with your depression and your anxiety. I had to deal with your family. I had to So look, it's all different. Every day it's different. Every moment of the day it's different. It's always up and down. I never know what side I'm going to get when I get it. So that's fun. I don't have a question, but you're very pretty. Thank you. And you know what's crazy is because I am still shocked that I've even chosen to put myself out here like this in the world, because I've opened up when I told y'all that I used to have the very lowest insecurity, okay? I am still working on loving myself through all my flaws and who I am. Just the fact of like people constantly telling me that they believe that I'm pretty and beautiful. You guys don't understand how much you guys have helped me see myself the way that other people see me, and just see the confidence and just the confidence that I have gained and just the sense of self-love that I have gained in these last 7 months is crazy. So I thank you guys for that. Like, look, I'm showing up on this camera, no makeup, no nothing. My face is peeling off. My face looks beat up. It's probably still bleeding in some areas. Just and don't have a care in the world. Still that girl. How are you treating you in this season? How is your mental? What mental space are you in? Love you. It's up and down. I have been working myself so crazy. I was just talking about this in therapy where I was telling my therapist that I have been working myself so hard because I am a full-time content creator. I also have a part-time job and I'm also working on my own business venture at the moment. And just have anxiety and fear, and just like sometimes from that man in the back of my head, I'm just so scared of failing. And while I'm on top right now, while I'm trending right now, if anybody does social media, you know social media is up and down. You'll have really good months, you'll have several good months, or maybe one good month, and then you'll have some months where you're not doing so good, or maybe you're not trending a lot, and so you make way more money one month and then you don't make money on the other one. Like, it's just so, and you just don't know what's going on with social media period and technology period. And so I'm just so scared of failing. So I am saving everything and I am not putting my egg in one basket. I'm doing YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I just signed up for Facebook. I am signed under management, so I do get brand deals. I'm working on a business venture that is almost to the finish line, and I also have a part-time job. And so I know that I could be taking care of myself way more than what I should be. But I think now that I'm a little more settled into our new home, that I will be able to prioritize myself a little bit better. I will be able to get back into those routines, stretching, waking up early, working out, eating right. I left my husband. I downgraded my house. You know, my room is in the basement. I'm 2 years from being 30. See, this is the happiest that I've ever felt in a long time. Like, this is my space. Like, I did this. I bought this with my money that I worked hard for. Things that I did not purchase, my supporters, my bookies, the love of my lives, my friends supported me so hard and helped me make this come alive. I made this into my space. I created it the way I wanted to create it. I decorated how I wanted to decorate. I have the pictures up that I want. Just, this is my space and I did it. Next question. You spoke about baby girl having therapy. Is it that she's autistic? I asked because I have an autistic son and wanted to learn more about the different therapies. We do not have an official diagnosis yet. Jade, if you don't know, Jade is my middle child. She has been in occupational therapy for about a year now. And I went that route just so they could have that time to actually work on her one-on-one, kind of see her through all seasons, literally all seasons, summer, spring, and fall, but also just all seasons of her life, happiness, sadness, being overwhelmed, the separation, just seeing her go through everyday life and really getting to know her and spend time with her before I made the next step. Like, yeah. So almost a year of OT therapy, which is occupational therapy, which mainly deals with like behavioral therapists. I love her therapist. She did suggest that it is about the time to reach out and get an official diagnosis, an official eval and diagnosis. Yes, it is suspected that she might be on the spectrum. Questions. Do you miss the D? Specifically, him? No. But do I miss that, like, activity? Baby, yes. You go back to Charlie Wilson. Stop. And how are the little ladies adjusting? No, I will not be going back. There is no chance of me going back. There is no chance of remaking or working on our marriage. The problems are just not fixable. There's no chance. I am done. Done. There is no chance in the world that I would want to go back. Also, the girls are adjusting. I was really nervous when we first got here and I decided to move and it was time to bring them to the house. I literally had my mom on the phone. I was driving the U-Haul and I was trying to like look like this way but like still keep my eyes on the road, and there was just tears and my heart was pounding, and it was like I was fine. I was okay when I applied for the house. I was okay when I got approved for the house. I was okay when we got the keys for the house. I was okay when I started packing my stuff in the van. I was okay when I started loading the things into the house. I was not okay when it was time to bring them to the house and explain to them that we will not be going back home. Lord, baby. And so you could just imagine me being an emotional wreck, driving this U-Haul, holding my phone, trying to look this way because the girls are right here in the front of the U-Haul with me with my brother, and like the tears are flowing and I'm just like, Mom, I'm scared. Like, this just feels so real now. I don't know how they're going to feel. I don't know if I can do this. And that was the hard part for me. The hard part was not deciding to leave. The hard part was not actually looking for the homes. And mind you, I was looking for homes for months and I didn't tell y'all. I had to keep it a secret and just pretend that I just didn't know what I was going to do. The hard part was not applying for the house. The hard part was not getting the keys to the house. The hard part was not packing my things up. The hard part was not moving my things into the home. The hard part for me was bringing them here and telling them that we will not be going back home. That was the hard part for me. And once I broke it down to them, once I explained it, and that night I just kept explaining it to Joel. I think like 3 times, and I'm like, do you understand what mommy is telling you? Like, we are not going back home. Daddy is not coming here with us. This is our new home. She understood. And in that moment, the only thing that she was worried about is, mommy, we ain't got no food in this house. And I said, baby, that is an easy fix. When we wake up in the morning, you and I will go to the market and we will get all the food that there is. I was really worried about Jade because, again, Jade is my middle child. It is suspected that she might be on the spectrum. Jade does have challenges with her emotional regulation. She does not like change at times. She does like a routine. And like I said, sometimes she doesn't really adjust well to change. And so that's who I was more concerned about. And honestly, I'm the most shocked about because she did not want to go back to the old house. She didn't ask for her dad. She was not upset. She liked the new house. Hey, we're not going back to the old house. She was okay with it. After about a week, I asked her if she missed her dad. Would she like to go see her dad? And she was like, yes, I do want to see dad. But hold on, mom. When we go back to the old house, when I say that I don't want to be at the old house anymore, we come back to the new house, right? And I'm like, yes, that's exactly how it goes. And she was very animate about that. From what I can tell and what the girls show me, they are adjusting pretty well. But their room is upstairs with my mother, which some people had problems with that. They sneak down here with me every night, but also I do have a Google Nest on my nightstand that connects to a camera that's in their room. So at the end of the night, when I go to bed and I lay down, I turn that camera on. Camera stays on the whole night so that I can hear them. And if I hear them crying, fussing, or anything, like I will literally wake up out my sleep, turn over to the camera and see what they're doing. Or just as I wake up and roll over, I look at the camera, make sure everybody's still sleeping good. So although they are upstairs, I still see and hear them the entire night. They're adjusting pretty well, and I am proud of them. Plan on purchasing a home in the near future. Absolutely, that is my goal. I think I spoke about this on one of my TikTok videos where I said, just like I had a plan before I left, I have a plan about moving here with my mom and why I did it the way that I did it so that finances could look a certain way, being able to pay bills will look a certain way. And if my content can continue to flourish, and even if it just stays consistent like it is for the next year, hopefully the economy looks a little bit better. Fingers crossed, God willing, I will be able to purchase my own. Has he tried to contact you and the kids? Yes, almost every single day. Do you have any new goals for your new journey that you're on? If we're talking about like my career slash content, definitely. I am working on one business venture that I hope to share with you guys really soon. But also, one thing that I see in my vision board in the future is a collab with a press-on nail company that has my own line. So I need to start manifesting. I need to start praying. I need to start brainstorming. What is my line going to be called, and what is it going to look like? Do you think that you will ever want to be married again? Honestly, I don't know. How do you maintain your lifestyle while going through so much? God, and I'm not even being funny. God, baby, sometimes I don't even know how I go through it. Sometimes I am shocked and surprised by my own strength. And somebody said, when can I take you out? Someone asked, Would you consider dating women? And I do believe I have answered this question before. Someone said you found a girlfriend yet. LOL, but hey, Bookie, but y'all are crazy. Not y'all over here flirting with your girls. Stop. How do you plan to go out and make friends and form genuine connections? Girl, I don't. I'm scared. Guys, I told y'all I'm a very introverted person. I'm scared of people, and especially since I have decided to make myself a public figure, it's kind of hard because it's like, do you really want to be my friend? Do you really want to get to know me? Or is it because you know that I have these platforms? Which one is it? Answer quickly. Not crash out when he tried to provoke you. Teach me. I feel like I need to pour some more. Hold on, because I don't have to go far. I do have a mini fridge down here with me as well. I told you guys, this is my little studio apartment. This is the happiest I've been in a long time. What I have tried to explain to you guys this whole time is that I've only been on social media for 7 months. You guys have been only watching 7 months of my life when I have spent 7 years of my life with my partner. What I was going through was nothing new because I was already so gone even before I started social media. Listen, did you hear that? Play it back. I was so gone even before I started social media. I went through all my feelings. I went through the grieving my marriage. Literally, grieving my marriage, grieving what I thought my marriage was going to be, grieving my life, the acceptance of my life is going to change and then I'm going to have a new life. I went through the emotions of the hurt, the betrayal, the sad, the anger, the not understanding. God, why me? God, why do I have to go through this? God, why am I going through this? God, fix him. God, fix me. God, fix this marriage. I went through all those seasons way before I even started posting on TikTok. So once certain things started arising again, and I started to build a name for myself and start a career for myself and start believing in myself and having confidence in myself that I did not know that I had. When he started to do those things, I didn't care. I feel like when you're not really ready to let go, that's when you still fuss and you argue and you go back and forth and you cry and the toxic things happen. But when you go through the emotions and you allow yourself to grieve, I had no reaction. What am I reacting to? I don't want us to be together. I want to leave. I no longer want the marriage. So nothing you do is going to upset me. I was too focused on the new life that I wanted. I'm a proactive person. Okay, here's the problem. And now that I went through the feelings and the emotions of the problem and I allowed myself to feel and go through those feelings and those emotions, what are we doing to get over it? How are we moving forward? I was unfazed. But when you learn that you're with a narcissist, you start to do research on how to actually deal with a narcissist. And the best reaction for a narcissist, say it with me, everyone, especially for the ones who've been through it, is what? No reaction. And I have been having fun. I have been absolutely enjoying myself. Are you ready to date yet, Bookie? I know the youngins is on that. Let's slow down now. I've only been gone for 2 weeks. Do you plan to date anytime soon, or are you still healing? I am absolutely still healing, you guys. Any plans on going back to school? Nada. Nope. Really going through with your divorce? Yes. Was it hard reconnecting with your mom after she got out of prison? She seems to adore you. No. Like any relationship, they have their ups and their downs. But I honestly believe that we had to both be able to say, okay, we're getting to know each other as adults. Not a mother-daughter relationship as her being the adult and me the child, but mother and daughter as in friendship, learning boundaries. And we've been good. What camera do you use to record? I have the DJI Pocket 3. I love this little thing. Receiving any backlash from his kids and his family. His children, I will not speak about his kids for boundary reasons. But am I receiving any backlash from his family? Absolutely not. I still talk to my in-laws every week. Mother-in-law is the cutest. I didn't even know that she'd be watching my TikToks. And she'd be watching my TikToks. It's like, happy birthday, Bookie Bud. I was like, stop. That's my girl. Plan to start going back to church? Absolutely. I do plan on starting back this weekend, actually. Will you start dating? I have no idea, you guys. Will you be dating anytime soon? You guys, I just left 2 weeks ago. Whew, drink. Okay, what made you start doing this? I guess this as far as content creating, and whenever anybody asks me this question, again, I know it's cliche, but God, I honestly do not know. It was so random. We were on our way home from a last getaway trip before Jules started school for kindergarten because it's her first year doing full-time school. And I've always kind of been an open book. I've always kind of overshared. I always kind of didn't know how to shut my mouth, be a professional yapper. Always had a very creative side to myself. And so we were on our way home and I started putting clips together, videos together of us at Great Wolf Lodge. And I posted it, I believe, on Instagram and on TikTok. And on the way home, that drive, I said to myself, I'm going to start social media. This is the first day, and I'm not going to stop. And I haven't stopped. Honestly, if you're going to get into content creating, you honestly have to love content creating. You have to love what you do. You have to have a love for it. That is the only way I feel like you'll be motivated by it. As much as everybody wants to be a content creator or influencer and be successful at it and make money, and make extra income for themselves, we have to be honest when we say that it's just not for everybody. And I feel like social media is one of those things where it's like either you got it or you don't. Either you're going to be motivated to do it or you're not. Nobody's going to hold your hand. Nobody's going to push you. Trust me, there's been days where I didn't feel like posting for a day. I didn't feel like recording. I didn't feel like talking. And just like with any business, when you're a business owner, when you work for yourself, you have to be your main motivating factor. You have to push yourself. You have to make yourself work. You cannot allow yourself to slack. I feel like that is the same with social media. If you don't have the motivation, either it's not your thing or it's not your time. And when it is your time, I feel like God will put that fire under your like no other, that you will not be able to deny it. You will not be able to be unmotivated. You'll be the most dedicated that you've ever been. You will even shock yourself. How do you live with anxiety? Because I cannot. I tried the medication route that route was not for me. It ended up inducing a very bad psychosis episode that had me going to a mental institution and wearing grippy socks for a few days. The things that help me through my anxiety is prioritizing my sleep. I notice if I am not sleeping good, if I don't have good sleeping habits, then my anxiety is very bad. Exercising and through prayer. My diet, yes, my diet. The foods that you consume, the drinks that you consume can 100% play a part in your anxiety. And prayer and meditation. Don't forget therapy. Will you blog your new friendship slash man when he finds you? Probably not. Like, even if I do blog us and us dating and just like the day to days, I probably will not be showing face until it's like engagement and I'm about to walk down the aisle type of situation. Okay, now listen, Bookies. There is a lot of questions. So I already knew that there was going to have to be basically a part 2 cuz this mama right here has been up since 5:30 a.m. I'm exhausted. The wine is hitting me. I did cry a little bit today because today was my first official day co-parenting and doing the whole drop off and visiting situation. I told y'all that the girls are at their dad's house until tomorrow morning. That being said, yeah, this Bookie right here, this mama Bookie, this Bookie mama of 3 is getting tired. So we're gonna wrap up tonight with those questions, and we're gonna come back tomorrow with a set of new questions. All right, I'll see you soon, Bookie. Good night.